Hi, I'm Mark Davis with Big Water Adventures. I want to talk to you for a moment about a product that you see me using behind the scenes on occasion, but probably doesn't get as much attention as perhaps it should. This is a product I found. It's called Pro's Soft Bait Glue. It's a product I found several years ago actually, and recently got back involved with them. It's, real simply speaking, something that will allow you not only to fish better, which I'll explain here in a second, but also to repair baits. I use gulp a lot. I use soft plastics. I use power bait as well. Anybody can relate to this, especially in saltwater. Soft plastics get torn up. They get chewed up, they get ripped, they get, separated, and they get what's even more annoying if you've got any type of a bait that you're rigging Texas style and it starts sliding down the hook, or even on a jig head where it gets a curl in it and it starts corkscrewing. Typically speaking, that bait's done, it's over with. What this product allows you to do is to essentially not just repair baits, which is important. I'm not specifically using it most of the time to glue two pieces of bait back together. What I'm doing is when a portion of it's been bored out, either from the shank of the hook, from the bend of the hook, or even up on the eye where it's not staying on the hook, just a drop of this. It's very thin. It's not super glue. It isn't the same stuff. You can use it if you want. If you're tying braided line to fluorocarbon, you can use a drop of it. It does not hurt either braid or fluorocarbon, does not degrade it in any way, shape, or form, and it will help your knot if you've got some slippage. But the biggest issue is keeping the head of that bait up where it needs to be. If it's on a jig head, keeping it flush all the way up against the jig head. If it's on the eye of a hook, keeping it up on the eye of the hook. After you've caught a few fish, after it's gotten shredded and it started making some grooves in the bait, it's going to slide back down. And sometimes what's really frustrating is, like, if I take a piece of gulp, I rig it up, I catch one fish on it, and it's something like a trout or even a redfish that's got some serration in their teeth, it's shredded it. So I'm trying to use another piece. This stuff right here will allow you, even if there is some cuts and some holes in it, slide it back up on the hook, put a drop on it. It's that fast. The cap, you don't have to worry about it getting all over your boat. It's almost like just putting an eye drop on it. Set it back down. By the time you set it back down and pick it up again, it will have cured in 5 to 10 seconds, that fast, and it'll hold that bait up on the hook. It'll keep that gap from separating to where the bait gets, in the wrong direction, to where it starts doing funky stuff when it's either on a jig head or on just an individual hook. And if you think to yourself, man, that's a hassle and I don't want to use it, well, you also have to dive into your tackle box or into your lock box or into your jar of gulp or whatever it is to get another bait out as well. So if you've got this stuff, I keep it in my pocket because when it's warm, it's even better. It works wet or dry. You don't have to dry anything off, any of that stuff. Literally, put it on there, you slide it up where you want it, put a drop on, and it'll hold it in place. It's Pro's Soft Bait Glue. We'll have the information for you at the bottom.